Hey guys, and welcome back to another video.
Wow, that was really insane.
First of all, I want to quickly say I'm not sick. I am literally just having allergy issues. The dust in our house is so bad and my allergies have just been so bad these past few days.
Considering we are back in isolation and we can't really do much but just stay at home, we thought we would do a part 3 of like a girl talk video. I feel like a lot of these questions though this time are very like to do with like relationships, boyfriends, sex. Like, I feel like there's a lot of that.
Like, these are one of my favorite videos to do, and I feel like obviously you guys love them as well, like all of our other ones you guys loved. I also really want to like keep doing more of these because there's just so many questions and I feel like you just can't touch on all of them in one video. So if we can make this a series or something, like let us know.
I feel like also as we get older and time goes on and stuff, the more advice we probably have, the more experiences we probably have to talk about, the more like, yeah, I guess advice we could just give on things that maybe we couldn't have given like a year ago or something.
A lot of the questions we have are really good this time, and yeah, we thought this video we might also do not just answering girl questions but also like talking about relationship advice. Yeah, like we can actually talk about someone else's experience, relationship, give our advice.
The windows are very wide open too, they can probably hear us talking about all this stuff.
All that sort of stuff. So our whole neighborhood is about to hear us talk about sex, but that's fine. Right, so this one isn't as spicy, but how to bear being the only single / virgin in the friend group. I have related to this in some areas of my life, not right now. Pretty much a lot of my friends are single. Ashley's like
I'm the only one
in a relationship right now, but yeah, in the past that hasn't been the case, and I would just say like it actually is really important to surround yourself around people who are like similar to you. So if you are single, I honestly would recommend you go out and try and find friends who are also single on the same wavelength as you. Just like trying to do the same things as you, because it is really hard. Like, not saying you can't be friends with people who are in relationships, not at all, but like it is really hard to feel like you fit in and be your true authentic self when you kind of do feel a bit left out in that area. But yeah, all of my friends I surround myself with now are all literally exactly the same as me. Like, I mean, like except for Ashley,
yeah,
but like that doesn't count.
Me.
But
maybe I should find some more friends in a relationship.
But yeah, no, that's the same thing as people who are in relationships. Like, I think it's important if you're in a relationship, if you are in a relationship, to find, you know, other relationship friends that you guys can hang out with and stuff like that. So
a girl asked, I want to have sex but I'm embarrassed of the appearance of my vagina. Is this normal? That is 100% normal. I think especially as a young girl, you're insecure about maybe the way yours looks. You don't know what other people's looks like. Maybe you think there's something wrong with yours.
Well, yeah, like growing up, you don't really realize that there's different types and like everyone's pretty much looks different.
I feel like say you see one and yours doesn't look like that, you're then like, well then what's wrong with mine? Do you know what I mean? Like, I feel like it's so normal to be insecure about the way yours looks, but I think they are not like a one size fits all sort of thing. Like, everyone's is different. There are like so many different ways that they look. Yeah, and
if your partner is judging you based on how your vagina or whatever your part looks like, that's on them. I feel like that sounds like a them issue. I don't think that should be something you should be insecure about. Or
yeah, and also like guys, theirs aren't perfect either. Like,
theirs comes in all different shapes and sizes as well.
Like, don't be insecure about it, because like I can promise you now that
they might be
guys are probably insecure about theirs. So someone said my boyfriend is subscribed to girls on OnlyFans. Thoughts? I thought this was a really good one to touch on because obviously OnlyFans is becoming a lot more popular these days, and like
I feel like it's somewhat becoming the new porn maybe. I'm gonna give my advice. I wouldn't be with a guy in a relationship if he was getting off on other girls and had a subscription.
Yeah, personally don't agree.
Half-naked girls.
Personally don't agree with it.
And that's all.
Obviously everyone, you know, is different. If they don't care, then that's so fine. But like, I personally don't agree with it because I feel like Pornhub and that is so different. Like, I feel like these people on OnlyFans, like, you're paying money for content from this person and like you're subscribing to this particular person. It's a lot more personal. I don't know, like I even asked Ethan about this question. He personally was like, no, like I don't think that that's something that you should do. Like he said, I would never do that in a relationship. Like, I guess it's just personal preference, but I think like I wouldn't agree with them going and paying money to like subscribe to someone's OnlyFans when like you can just go on Pornhub and watch like a video on there, you know, like.
I feel like with all of these questions, it just comes down to what you prefer though. Like everyone is not like us, and there's people out there who would like engaging in that sort of stuff when they're in a relationship and stuff like that. I feel like it's just knowing what you want, what you're happy with, and what your boundaries are. Yeah. I want to touch on, I feel like you have questions that you have, I feel like you have questions that touch on this subject as well, so it's all going to be kind of linked. Okay, so someone said, boyfriend gets upset because he can't make me finish during sex. I've never even finished before. How do you even finish? I feel like I'm not normal. So this is actually so common. Like a lot of girls have issues finishing, climaxing. There's a lot of reasons why that could be happening. I would suggest Googling it and kind of doing some research on it.
Yeah, there's a lot of factors that can be playing a role.
I feel like it's really, really important to get comfortable in your own body and experiment with what you like, and so that kind of leads into like self-pleasure and stuff like that. But that can help so much in the bedroom with your partner, because then you kind of know what you like, what like, I don't know, turns you on, what they can do. And also like, I guess just increase your confidence, because like say you like practice things with yourself, then you can like take it into the bedroom with you next time and be like, oh, this is what I like, this is what I don't like, this worked. Did that kind of touch on it? Yeah. Someone did ask like thoughts on masturbation. Yeah, someone said self-pleasure, a bit lost in that topic. Someone asked, how's a vibrator and sex birthday presents that you got each other? Oh yes. Yeah, I feel like as a young girl, this stuff is so taboo, and you're like, personally, I actually used to think this too, but I was like, if I owned any of that stuff, I'm like such a rebel. Like, like I should not. So not innocent. Yeah, like, that's what I honestly felt like, and I feel like as a young girl, like maybe that's kind of how like a lot of people maybe grow up, like having that stigma towards this sort of stuff. I feel like a lot of girls grow up like that. But I honestly actually really think it's a really good thing. Like I feel like well, self-pleasure is a form of like self-love and getting comfortable in your own body, connecting with your own body and all that stuff, feeling like safe in your own body. Also, grab your bestie if you're over 18, of course, trot into the sex shop and hope that there's a girl at the counter, because the guys are always a little bit more awkward talking about this stuff to them. But I mean, you can buy them online now too. Yeah, you actually can. But like, yeah, I really think like if you aren't comfortable in the bedroom with someone else, then definitely spend a lot more time, you know, finding out things about yourself, getting more in touch with your own body. Yeah, he just keeps staring at me. The rabbit. The rabbit. That's what it's called. Should I get mine? Rabbit. Should we do a little haul? Should we do a haul of everything we've got? We're not doing a haul. I think we should. Yeah, I'll get mine. It's a fun little trip. Me and my friend went the other day, and I actually really want to go. Like I've been wanting to, but like now that we're in lockdown, I can't. But yeah, me and my friend went in like a few weeks ago, and yeah, we are thriving. Yeah. Also, if you're a single girl, it's great, because honestly, these toys are probably more powerful sometimes than guys. Yeah, guys, like they do heaps of different functions and things coming out of everywhere. Fireworks. But that one on teeth. That's another thing though, is I feel like that's another whole nother thing, but you need to be comfortable talking about all of this stuff with your friends. Yeah, but even just be on that level as well with your partner, it's good to be that comfortable as well. Like I think like it's good to have that sort of like comfortability with that person, and like 100%. Even like if you're not finishing in the bedroom, like have that conversation with him, like tell him things that maybe you guys can do together to try something new or like spice it up. Like intimacy and connection to each other in that sort of way is very important. Okay, so someone said, a boy I talk to sometimes has a girlfriend. Nothing has happened, but I think if the opportunity came around to kiss him, I would, but I would feel so guilty on the poor girlfriend. Opinions. My opinion is don't be a home wrecker. I just think like put yourself in their position. Like say you're that girl with the boyfriend and this random girl is trying to like come in and like kiss your partner. Like how would you feel? Like put yourself in their shoes. I was just about the same thing. I don't condone people going after people in relationships. And I don't condone people that cheat in a relationship, but I also don't condone people that's not in the relationship but goes
after someone that they know is in a relationship. Like,
yeah,
just
if they know they're in a relationship.
takes two to tango, like just don't. Someone said role play in the bedroom, question mark. I think it's always great to spice things up in the bedroom. Like, especially when you're been in a relationship for so long, like, you know, there has to come a point where you're always like trying new things and like just want to spice things up. Like,
Did you want to give us an experience?
well, I actually haven't yet.
Maybe the next video. Someone goes, I hate dating apps but want to meet boys. Please help a girl out. So I always have that mentality as well. I feel like there's only very few ways to meet guys these days, especially these past past year or two when we're all in lockdown, pandemics, yada yada yada. So coming from my experience, I've always been fairly limited as to how I'm going to meet someone. So I always knew I didn't want to meet them through social media and stuff like that because like I don't really want that to be their first impression of me when they can see what I do on Instagram. And then like I've always suggested I probably wouldn't meet a guy out. Like I don't really go out clubbing and stuff that much, but I also don't really know if I'll have a person I'm looking for in that sort of setting. Not saying that it wouldn't happen, but so yeah, I was always like, where would I meet someone? I have dabbled a little bit with dating apps before, not gonna lie. I still don't know if I would meet the type of person I'm looking for on them. There is a lot of sleazy people on there, but there is also a lot of decent people. So I feel like if you go into a setting such as dating apps or something like that and you know what you want, you know what you're looking for, and you have boundaries and you are really assertive as to what you want, then I feel like it might just be a little bit of fun.
Yeah, and I mean, like, what are you losing from just trying it? Like, if you're not interested in anyone, then
delete it,
don't
get
message
rid of
them back. Don't do it, but
Yeah.
like, I mean, it's not gonna hurt to just like give it a try.
Yeah. I feel like as long as you're really, really careful and safe on those apps, I haven't met anyone through them, I don't think. I'm also the type of person who can read energy, like read people really well. I never used to be, but now like I really, really can pick up if someone is like decent or not, if that makes sense.
Someone said, were you glad you waited till you were older to lose your virginity? 100%. I think it was honestly like, I feel like I'm very proud of myself to have stuck by that, and like, yeah, I just think like it was one of the best decisions that like I stayed true to myself with.
Okay, so someone goes, any tips for someone seriously afraid of intimacy? I feel like this is such a good topic to talk about because I have not heard anyone else talk about it before. I feel like there's a few different scenarios as to why someone might be afraid of intimacy. I feel like if you're a lot more on the younger side, maybe you're just not ready for it, and I wouldn't go pressuring yourself to start experimenting or getting involved in that if you're not ready. But surprisingly, I've also had a lot of conversations with girls lately who have been through, I would say, like not ideal or more negative, bad experiences when it came to intimacy or anything like that. Being involved in those sort of situations has kind of brought out more like fears, and I would say
make them closed off and a bit more held back
when it came to things like intimacy, so they're not being, I don't know how to word it. Yeah, I've had a lot of conversations with like a lot of girls recently. So it's so surprising, but so many, I mean, I'm sure there's guys out there as well, but I just haven't had conversations with them about it. But there's so many girls out there who had really, really bad experiences in the bedroom.
I guess it's made them afraid of intimacy.
Yeah, or like they've just had really bad experiences or like negative scenarios, and it has kind of made them, afraid of intimacy, or not even just afraid of it, but just really turned off the idea. So I feel like if you have been in those sort of situations and you're like like really seriously afraid of intimacy, I would not put too much pressure on yourself at all, and I honestly would recommend seeing someone, whether it's like a healer or like a woman empowering kind of coach, or
like maybe a sex specialist, someone that like specializes in that sort of therapy.
100%. And then they kind of give you a lot of exercises and stuff to do for, I'm talking about as if I'm doing it. They will give you like exercises and stuff to do to kind of take control of your body and feel safe in it, I guess, to put yourself out there. And I feel like I answered that question really horribly, but I really hope it came across somehow.
No, I think it did. Okay, so there was honestly a lot of questions about this, and I feel like it doesn't surprise me because I feel like it's something that a lot of people want any sort of advice they can get on, but like just like breakups and like becoming self-independent again and like being happy again, I guess. I think the first few things you need to do is obviously I feel like there's obviously stages with a breakup. So like the first is like grieving. So like allow yourself to feel those emotions and like be upset and things like that. Yeah, if you need to do things like out of sight, out of mind. So like if you need to like delete them off things so that you're not reminded of them and like not seeing their stuff, then like do that. Whatever is gonna help you. And I think also take like a lot of time to just work on yourself, build your self-worth back up as well. And like if I'm being completely honest, for any girls out there that are actually in a relationship, don't be afraid to do a lot of your self-work while in the relationship as well. Like don't wait till you go through a breakup to do it all. Like still work on that while you're in a relationship as well. Like that's something I'm doing now, and like a lot of things that I'm working on right now for myself is like I'm in a really happy relationship, but I'm still working on myself so that I can be a better person every day and like be a secure, independent girl aside from my relationship, if that makes sense. So I feel like it's so easy when you're in a relationship to like lose a lot of yourself and like a lot of your self-worth and obviously your independence. Like a lot of people can become, it's honestly so easy, but a lot of people can become like very reliant on like that as a person.
Going back to the breakup question, a lot of people do tend to lose who they are when they're in a relationship. So when you get out of a relationship, find things that make you whole, give you joy, that you enjoy. Surround yourself with amazing friends, family. If you don't have amazing friends, find them through hobbies. Do things that make you like amazing, if that makes sense.
Make you feel amazing.
Yeah. And yeah, just
spend as much time as you need to work on yourself. Like
and
it's so much easier said than done. I feel like anyone that gives you relationship advice says the same thing. Obviously I can't relate to it, but okay, so I wanted to touch on something. Someone said, what's your take on boys/girls in a relationship liking the other sex's pictures on Instagram? This is again a big personal preference thing. Like I feel like so many people have different opinions on this sort of thing.
Like I feel like some people steer in the direction of, oh, don't be insecure, don't be controlling, let them do what they want. And then some people like, oh, I find it weird, it makes me uncomfortable, I don't like it.
Yeah, and I feel like my opinion is really confusing as well, because I feel like if they're all like half naked photos or bikini photos or like just provocative photos that are obviously not inspiring your partner in any other way other than the fact that it's like a half naked body, then like that's obviously to me an issue. Like I feel like
I feel like they're not gonna look at
the photo and appreciate it, but like why do you have to press the like?
I feel like the guys, if you're in a relationship and you're liking those sort of photos, you're not gonna look at that photo and be like, oh, she has such a good personality.
Yeah,
we post bikini photos and stuff online as well. Like I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it, but yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, like I think if it's one-off photos and it's like not a half naked photo and it's just like maybe a friend or like maybe like a celebrity that's like obviously so unrealistic and like out of touch, and maybe they just follow that person because they actually like that celebrity or something, and like it's not that big of a deal. Like I think like I don't know, like it's a very like divided sort of like opinion, but
yeah, it's just weird like seeing it. If someone was scrolling and seeing my boyfriend liking
if
all
it was
these
like
hot
every
girls
single one
bikini photos, I just feel like it would look weird. But then again, it's like personal preference, and everyone has different boundaries and like different ways that they guess would have respect in that sense.
It's really hard to talk on.
I would actually love to hear everything that we've spoken about. I would love to hear everyone else's input and opinions and ideas. And if anyone has any questions below about anything we didn't touch on, I would love to know. Have a little women's chat meeting in the comments.
What is the best way to resolve an argument with your boyfriend? I think this is a really good one to touch on. I want to touch on it quickly because I saw something on TikTok the other day. Not that TikTok is, you know, the place to go for advice, but it really did make a lot of sense to me. And it said something like, when there is a problem in a relationship, make it you and your partner versus the problem, not you versus your partner. Like you guys are a team, and like you should be, you know, you should be working on the problem together rather than trying to fight against each other over the problem. One of the biggest things is like when a problem arises in a relationship, like tackle it in like a mature way and like put your egos aside and like don't try and like one up each other and attack each other and like, no, you're in the wrong. Like the biggest things is 1, communication, 2, understanding as well, understanding each other and being understanding to each other's opinions and voices, and like don't invalidate their feelings or their opinion on the situation. Like I think it's all about hearing each other's sides, trying to find a resolution. And yeah, like I think when I saw that quote on TikTok, I was like, that was really eye-opening. I was like, that's like probably the best way to explain it, is like, don't be fighting against your partner with it. Like you guys are on the same team and you should be fighting against the problem, like, and working on it together. Like
I feel like we both have such different advice because we both have such different like paths when it comes to relationships and boys and stuff. So I feel like we're going to not answer anymore because I feel like this has already gone for very long, but we still have so many questions that I would love to go through. And also I would love if people sent through like actual scenarios of relationships or like first dating experiences or anything like that, that if we were to turn this into a series or do more, we could talk about, because I would love to do that. I'd love to hear like people's first dating stories and all that stuff. I feel like it would be very cool to share or touch on. So we really hope you guys enjoyed this video and hopefully got some good advice from it. Yeah, let us know what more you guys would want to see. If you guys enjoyed this, give it a thumbs up if you did. If you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to comment below, and we'll have a little mothers meeting in the comments about all things girls stuff. Subscribe because we post every week, and follow us on all our other social medias. You guys know, and we'll see you in the next video.